Hello and welcome back to my workshop once more. This is the June 25th edition of the workshop with wrap-up, where I just take a look at some of the things that I worked on over the course of the week. First one we're going to look at is this here. Let's see if I can get a better view of that for you. Let's see if we can zoom in a little bit. It's basically a G.I. Joe Cobra Viper. It was a commission for a member at the His Tank forum. I believe in the vintage figures this was the Viper version 3, I believe it was. He was red with some gold accents, and that was what this person wanted done. So I just basically took a Viper and did a repaint on him. He's now red with some gold and black accents instead of the traditional blue that the Vipers normally are. One thing that I was not crazy about, even though it is on the vintage figure, was the fact that the helmet was gold with a red faceplate. Now, as you can see, I did exactly as the vintage figure looks. If I can figure out how to do it, I'll put a picture around here somewhere of the vintage figure that this is supposed to be copying. And it has a gold helmet with a red faceplate. But what I did, what I thought would look a little nicer, would be to have a red helmet with a gold faceplate. Would still fit in with the theme. I just thought it might look a little bit better. And that's really blurry. There we go. That's a little bit better. So what I'm going to do is, I had an extra Viper laying around. I painted it up in this color. What I'll do is I'll send the buyer both versions of the helmet. The traditional one that is gold with the red visor, and the one that I created that's red with a gold visor. And he can decide which one he wants to use when he displays or plays with his figure. That'll be up to him. Second project I'm going to look at is an update on my Carnage. This is a Marvel Universe Carnage created by using Marvel Universe Punisher figure with some hands from an older X-Men 2099 figure that goes by the name of Halloween Jack. What I did was I took that figure and attached some dental picks. Wow, I'm having a lot of problems with my camera today. Some dental picks for long, sharp fingernails. You can see the nails there on both of his hands. And then what I did was I took the original Toy Biz Carnage figure and I hollowed out his head and used his head. Then I created all these little spindly tendrils out of wire and plastic dip. I'll have a video coming up on that shortly. I still have a lot more work to do on Carnage. He needs to get repainted. You can see some of the spots where I drilled holes to put the tendrils in. Now the black underneath of the Punisher shows through. So, whoops. So what I'll do is I will base coat him again with red rather, and then he gets some black highlighting done on top of that. And then he should be done. So that's Carnage. I worked on him this week a little bit. And that, unfortunately, is pretty much it. I have one final thing to show you, which is a work that's, I hesitate to call it a work in progress because it's barely been started. But this is a vintage G.I. Joe Condor that I picked up online for a great price. It was in sad shape. It needs a lot of work. So the first thing I did was I removed all the stickers and I sanded it down. I sanded down the entire body so all the sticker residue was gone. It's not sticky, it's not chalky or rough in any of the spots. I had to do some repair work on this area here to get this landing gear to stay in. So now the landing gear works. As you can see, these two have these landing gear cover pieces that this one does not have. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to fabricate a new landing gear cover piece out of some styrene to place on top of here. And what I did was I actually dismantled the ship. There is a, if you're not familiar with the vehicle, there's a longer piece that's supposed to be on the end here that sticks out to, you know, sticks out to like there maybe, and it's a long slender piece. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to cut this part here off and remove this piece and put a smaller, like another, I don't know what kind of ship I'm going to meld with this yet, but I'm just going to put like a little cockpit area up there, maybe a G.I. Joe Skyhawk, maybe a, I don't know, I got to look and see what I can find that's going to work. And basically just make a small fighter out of it, and I'll repaint it. These pieces here, there was some kind of hatch cover that goes over this. Those were not there, so I'm going to have to fabricate something out of styrene to go on top of there. Same thing with this. This was some kind of a rear cockpit that had a hatch over it, like a canopy. That canopy was not there, so I'll fabricate another piece of styrene. I'll get some fins to go here, fabricate those out of styrene. Like, it is barely a work in progress, like I looked at the beginning. But I spent time last week, and my wrap-up is kind of got bigger. Also did some work. I used Thomas the Train. One of his little Thomas the Train pieces broke, so I was able to repair that for him. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cast this. I'm going to make a mold and cast a few of these pieces, just in case they break again. This way my brother doesn't have to worry about calling me to fix his toys, to fix his son's toys anymore. My nephew's toys will, you know, I can just give him a couple of those extra pieces. This way, if he breaks it again, he can just unscrew it, replace the piece, and that'll be it. Well, like I said, it's been a pretty lame week, pretty quick one for the wrap-up for this week. But that was it. That was all I worked on. I guess I was kind of lazy this week. I didn't do too much. So that's about it. Hopefully I'll have more progress to show you guys next week. But for now, that's it. Take it easy. Have a good weekend. See ya.